Cancel.
Schweezy.
So, I am watching every live-action MCU show on Disney Plus from 2021, and this week I rewatched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, I was never, and like, you know, when you go through the comics and shit like that, like, I was never really much of a Captain America fan, and I don't even think a lot of people were, like, huge Captain America fans, unless you're like, I love America, therefore I love Captain America. But I think the Russo brothers and all the people at the MCU have really just, like, went over and above and beyond, making Captain America such a great character inside the MCU, and even one of my skins in Fortnite, therefore... that says a lot, that I play Captain America as Fortnite, where you can, you know, now follow me on Schweezy Live on Facebook, where I stream video games, a lot of times it's Fortnite and Pokemon. And I'm glad that they're building off this Captain America story with Sam Wilson becoming the new Captain America. That's basically what this whole series was about, was Sam Wilson becoming the new Captain America, and Bucky Barnes learning to move on from his life as the Winter Soldier, try to process that shit. So after Avengers Endgame, and they made that 5-year time jump with the blip, none of these other shows really went over in detail what would happen in the world if all of a sudden, say half of the world population goes away. They kind of went over that in Endgame, like how that happened, and then they brought everyone back. And so they never really processed how all the bad things that would happen. Because is it worse that half of the people in the world go away, or is it worse if double the population comes back? So something like that. So yeah. You kind of get my drift, right? You get what I'm trying to say. So, this is the only show that really went over that. Hawkeye went over a little bit, but Hawkeye was a little bit more focused on what Clint Barton did in that 5-year period, because he became a bad person in that time, and now it's but this show really went over it, especially with the villain motivations, because a lot of times when you talk about like superhero movies, Marvel is different than most superhero movies because they're not superhero movies, they're genre movies that involve superheroes. So this went over it. The villain motivation was the world was a better place during the blip because it was like open borders and society all tried to help out everyone, which like so much reminds me of like the beginning of the pandemic, where everyone decided they want to be good people and just try to help other people out as much as possible, not just try to stab everyone in the back like it used to be. So I always thought that was just super interesting in how that happened. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, and I think it was super interesting. Sam Wilson, just Anthony Mackie portrays him perfectly. Like, when you think about the perfect person to play Falcon, I think Anthony Mackie is the perfect choice, and especially with Sam Wilson as a character. We go to that scene where they're like, we know Carly is going to be at this funeral for Mama Donia, I believe is her name, and so instead of trying to go in and attack her, try to arrest her and shit like that, like you would assume someone would do, Sam Wilson, a former like a VA support counseling, for people who are in war, because that war shit's crazy, and that's why I'm really not looking forward. I heard, you hear about like we're going to war again and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not looking forward to it because it's just a bunch of rich old guys making like young 18-year-olds like get PTSD and shit. So I think Sam's really interested. It's really interesting. Like, he just went in there, no uniform, no gear or anything. Just went in there and be like, all right, Carly, let's just talk. And he's just trying to meet her on her side, tell her what she's doing, kind of try to explain to her what's wrong with that, but also kind of agree with her. Like, yeah, you have a lot of good points too. And I think, I have a somewhat of a voice. Maybe I can try and do something about it. And, and then obviously John Walker comes in, and I think, John Walker was a phenomenal character too, which I say a lot. It's easier to do this with characters you hate, because if the actor does a really good job on a character you're supposed to hate, like you hate that actor too, and you're like, that means they were really good actors. The woman who played Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter, like 100%. Like, you see her in other stuff and you're like, ugh. And we're like, oh yeah, she's just a really good actor, and that's why, so I think, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, such a great series, and I think definitely something you should watch. But a lot of people don't like it as much, but I do. I like it a lot more in WandaVision. I will say that. WandaVision, nothing goes on. Like in the half of that show, nothing goes on. Unrelated thoughts I had that don't pertain to any opinions that you can have on the show. How the fuck did that senator just give away Captain America's shield to John Walker when Sam donated it to Captain America's Smithsonian exhibit? That's a lot of bullshit. How fucking dirty you doing Sam Wilson like that? So Captain America gave Sam Wilson that shield. Sam Wilson thought it was the best idea to donate it, put it in a museum for Captain America. And I think it just should have stayed there. I'm like, we're going to remember Captain America, how great of a person he was, like that. Then the senator goes behind his fucking back. He's like, here, we're going to give the shield to John Walker. Don't you think Sam Wilson would have something to say about that, you dumbass? The fact that Sam didn't punch that dude in the face in the final episode of the series is the reason why he's a good hero. Another thought, don't you kind of feel if you watch the show that John Walker should have been racist? I don't know. I felt like that he should have been a racist character. I just got the vibe that he should have been, but then he has a black wife / girlfriend. I don't know if they ever really go over that. And then a black best friend, Battlestar. So I thought that was weird. I just feel like John Walker should have been kind of racist, but he's definitely not. I would assume definitely not. The final unrelated thought I have. So Steve Rogers, the serum he took, made him from a scrawny little kid to huge jacked Chris Evans. But this new serum that they go over during the show doesn't change what your body looks like at all, but it makes you gives you all the same super soldier powers. So wouldn't you want the ripped serum? Wouldn't you want to get ripped? You don't want I don't think you would want the one I don't want to look like this and be I can punch people now. I'm I want to be ripped. That's my goal in life. So overall, I would say that Falcon and the Winter Soldier probably, I haven't rated it yet. I would either say it's my second or third favorite Disney Plus live action series. I'm debating on it. Maybe when I go over the one I actually think should be 2 or 3, the other one, which I'm going to keep a surprise, I'll kind of make a more unanimous decision then. But overall, I do think that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is great, especially if you're a fan of what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done with the Captain America storyline. This is a great continuation on that and a great history or theology on legacy in regards to that. So it's really cool. So, like I said, don't be stingy and go watch it out now on Disney Plus. Hey, you just finished one of the many, many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. We got plenty more on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you like what you just watched, go ahead and smash that like button as well. Go subscribe for more so we can teach you how to be a better human in our world. So, yeah, stay awesome.